What's up, everyone? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Two British Nerds, hosted by myself, the DJ Sava. Hope everyone is doing well this week. Tomorrow is Friday, so that means it's time to relax, chill out, and enjoy the weekend. So make sure you guys have fun and relax and just do whatever makes you happy, man, because it's that time of the week where everyone just goes wild, man, especially if you work 9 to 5, you just want to just chill out and relax and zone out or do whatever you want to do. But yeah, it's been a very, very quiet week. Not really a lot to discuss, to be honest. But as usual, every week on Wednesday is a new comic book day, which means new comics come out. I get them. I go crazy for a few seconds or when I read them, and then I just review them. But I just love the buzz. I go into Forbidden Planet, right? And I go straight down and I'm like, yes, I'm getting this comic book. I want to find out what happens today with this book here. So yeah, I get a buzz just going into Forbidden Planet and picking up my usual stack of comics. I've had to cut back though because I was spending too much money on comics. Some of the comics I actually was collecting, I was like, not really feeling them anymore. So I kind of dropped a few. I actually dropped loads. Which is, talking about dropping comics and stuff, this is one thing I like about Marvel's reboot regarding Secret Wars, because it gives you a chance to pretty much collect what you want to collect, because, regardless of, the reboot and so forth, from, people still say, for example, the same characters are coming back. Yeah, they are, but they're tweaked up, they're different, or they're not the same person, or they've been completely revamped. So it gives you like a change. It gives you, not a change, it gives you an opportunity to basically collect what you want to collect, I guess. So with this reboot, it's been kind of cool because I kind of cut down on the Marvel, So yeah, I don't actually have any DC in my collection, which is bad. I was really feeling the Jeff Lemire's run of Constantine until that ended, and I was like, I dropped it. Actually, saying that, with DC, I used to collect Constantine, Animal Man, Swamp Thing, and what else I used to collect? Yeah, I think that was basically it. I was a fan of those three comics that were just nuts, and I just loved I loved Constantine, man. I loved it. So, and again, bring the show back. Constantine lives. I like the fact how now the fans, apparently there's a petition that came up just a few days ago. The fans petitioning, I guess, DC to just give Constantine his own show back because he does deserve it. Big show, yes. I think he should cameo in what would really be cool, right? Is if Constantine cameos in the new, what was that? DC's new show that's coming up, Lucifer. That would be a very, very cool way to. That would be a cool introduction, man, to have like the devil and Constantine in one in the scene, man. Be nuts, but. Oh man, I'm tired. Easy. Whoa. But yeah, that would be a good opportunity basically for to basically talk about not opportunity. That'd be a sick opportunity or sick. It would be just sick, man, to have like Constantine and the devil in one scene, man. I'd be like, whoa. But yeah, that's something I would love to see. But yeah, before we go into the review, let's just talk about basically some news, so some movie news. So as we know, they said that Civil War trailer will air when the Star Wars movie comes out. This also just come out, I believe it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, that the X-Men Age of Apocalypse trailer will be aired also when Star Wars comes out as well in the cinemas. So everyone's doing this basically because they know when Star Wars comes out, no movie's going to basically have any chance, because that movie's been in anticipation for this movie. It's been years, years, and years. So, everyone is trying to basically do their thing to get their things out before Star Wars takes over and destroys the box office, which it definitely will. I reckon it's going to make at least 800 million to $1 billion on the first day it comes out. I reckon that's my prediction. So I can't wait for that movie. The thing with me, I'm not really a Star Wars fan, but I am in a way because I just love the metaphysics, and I love the mythology behind Star Wars. So in a sense, I am a fan in that sense, but I'm not like a hardcore Star Wars fan. But I do love Star Wars in that sense. So I'll be definitely watching it. And if no one wants to watch it with me, the first day it comes out, I'm going to my local movies to watch it, because my local movies like just 25 minutes from my house, so I'm good to go. So no one wants to come with me, fine. As long as I have my popcorn, nachos, I'm good to go. I'm seriously good to go, man. So yeah. So we also have we have a casting for Marvel's Doctor Strange. So no, we don't. No, we do. I believe I need to find it. It's Len Decker. I can't remember her first name, but this is really gonna this is really gonna annoy me now, because I just literally had it. I had the information on me, and I can't seem to find it. So I'm scrolling. No. Where are you? Nope. Interesting. There we go. So I knew you had it somewhere. So Amy Len Decker has joined Marvel's Doctor Strange. There hasn't been any confirmation into who she's playing, what the role is, or anything. It's just been confirmed that she's basically been added to Doctor Strange. So that's something to look forward to see what she's going to be doing in the movie. That's a movie that I'm so looking forward to seeing, because I'm a big, you guys know, I'm a big Doctor Strange fan. I do love Doctor Strange, and I just love the magic side of things. So it'll be Marvel's first time going into the mystical, magic, occult art. So I guess it'll be completely different to the other movies regarding storyline, special effects, and everything else, really. So I'm looking forward to watching that. Actually, when that comes out. What else do we have, guys? Right, let's go on to some of the TV shows. So first up we have is Supergirl. So I'm not gonna lie, I actually watched the I've only seen the first episode so far. I need to catch up, I believe, on episode I think 2. I've seen episode 1 only. But the thing about Supergirl, which is really cool, is the fact that it's DC's. It's the only show next to the Flash, that is lightweight. That's very light-hearted, that everyone can watch, which is pretty cool, because DC, as we see their movies and their TV shows, they go for the really dark toned, dark toned style. So it's nice to see, Supergirl is a show that anybody can watch. Any teenager from a young age to anyone to from if you're a kid to an adult. It's a good show to watch. It's funny. It's humorous. It's cool. Like with me, I'm not a Supergirl fan and I'm not a Superman fan, but I like it because it's very lighthearted. You can just sit down and chill out and watch it. It's nice, man. It's a really good, it is a good show. It's not something I'll probably continue to watch because it's not really my thing. But overall, um, overall, man, it's actually a good show. The acting is cool. The storyline is nice. It's humorous. It is a bit serious in some aspects, and it is a bit. There's some slightly dark bits when, not dark bits, but some really intense bits, I guess. But overall, it's cool, man. I'd recommend it to anybody just due to the fact that it's just very light, very lightweight, very lighthearted. It's good. I mean, I remember actually, kind of confession, I actually watched the leaked episode of episode 1 like months ago, like ages ago when it got leaked. So I enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, it's actually a good show, man. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see basically DC doing something that's lightweight like this. It's really cool. Plus, it introduces more females obviously into the show. I guess with Supergirl is DC's first first TV show that has the female as the main star of the show. So it's in that way you introduce obviously, and you reel in a lot of females that, for example, may not even read comic books but will watch it just to the fact obviously that's something that they can relate to. So in that aspect it's very cool that DC are doing that, and I hope DC do more of TV shows like Supergirl, which is lightweight, funny, dark, intense in its own way, and attracts a more wider scope. What I like about Supergirl is it has color. It's like a very colorful show with bright colors and stuff. Like when you see her suit is nice. It's nice and toned. There's a lot of color involved. So the whole tone and the energy of Supergirl is just, so different from DC's other TV shows and movies. So that's one thing I like about it, and I hope DC continue to use that in their future TV shows, and of course add some of this basically into their movies. So I'm happy about that. So I'm looking forward to when I get time to actually watch episode 2 to see where it actually starts building up to. Moving along to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I just caught up on it literally yesterday. It was a very, very good episode again, and this episode, if you have not seen this episode, because I am going to go into it just for a bit. If you haven't seen it and you don't want me to spoil it for you guys, then please just fast forward this bit here and you'll be okay. But yeah, this episode of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. was very emotional, very intense for Agent Melinda May when she finds out that basically Andrew, her ex-husband, is lashed Inhuman that's been killing the Inhumans, and it was very emotional, I guess, time for her, because obviously she's trying to. It just totally destroyed her, and it destroyed him as well. But what was good about this episode is one, we kind of find out the origins of Dr. Garner's transformation, how he became Lash, and why he was doing what he was doing, and why he couldn't stop. So we kind of find out what made him do those things, I guess, killing off some of the Inhumans. And it was pretty interesting, pretty intense, pretty brutal as well. Which was some of the scenes were pretty brutal, very, very heartbreaking as well. One thing I liked about it is they didn't kill him off, because I was like, oh, please don't kill him off. I mean, regardless of him changing into Lash, right? I don't care what anybody says here. With Andrew, like, he, what I'm saying, he he's so smooth in there. He's cool. He's black. He's smooth. Yes, he's smooth, man. He's the way the way he looks, style, energy. Is like, yeah, thinking, oh, please don't kill him off. Don't kill him off. And they didn't. So he's still alive. He's basically still alive. Will we, see him again? I guess maybe not. We never know what's in store in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hopefully we'll see him again. But it was very cool to see how it was really cool to basically see his origins, what he did, and where he was going, and why he done it. But what I liked about the show was they didn't really, with this build up to to finding out that Andrew was Lash. What was good about it is they didn't really build it up. They just went bang, and they just pushed it out, which was a bit strange because I thought they would usually like build things up and then let you know, but they just basically they just within about 6 episodes, they told you who he was and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. I also liked the tension between with Fitzsimmons, when Fitz actually gets Gemma's the iPhone and gets a SIM card and plays all the recordings and stuff, and there's a bit where he sees her with Will and he just gets so angry that he dashes some of his tools, gets so angry. It becomes very emotional for him because obviously she likes Will and he's she likes Will, but then obviously he really likes her, so Fitz really likes her, he really loves her. So I guess in a sense Gemma's caught, basically they're caught in a love triangle. Problem is the guy Will, he's on another planet, so they're trying to get him back. So Fitz is like, he wants to help him, but obviously in a sense he still loves Gemma. Gemma likes Fitz, but she wants Will as well. So it's pretty very, very intense time for both of them at the same time. And I was hearing that for the next episode, apparently their relationship is going to change again completely. It's going to change completely. So I'm looking forward to see how the relationship with the relationship actually plays about, because it's been very, very emotional in the last, from season 1, 2, 3. Every time they kick things off, things go completely bad for them. So I'm really looking forward to see what happens in the next episode. Also, we look at Coulson, director Phil Coulson, who's I guess getting a bit attached, or is he, to Rosalind, from the ATC. We find out that at the end of the show that she's actually working for I forgot the guy's name. Is it Power Booth? I can't remember his name now. But he's actually one of the main heads of Hydra. Just so you know who he is, right? And you probably might remember him. If you watch the first Avengers movie, right? When you see Nick Fury talking to the council, he's actually one of the council members. So he's really the old guy with the greyish hair. That's him. But you see Rosalind talking to him, and then what was funny was in that scene there, just before before Rosalind calls him, he's talking to Ward, and then they're trying to basically talk about how they're going to take Hydra to the next level. And then Ward is like, I want revenge. And he says basically, you cut off Phil Coulson's head. S.H.I.E.L.D. won't go back. And then Power Booth is like, yeah, okay, I agree with you. And the phone rings. And then Rosalind's like, hi, hello. And he's like to her, have you got him yet? And she's with Phil Coulson, and she's like, oh, I'm working on it. So it just makes you think, like, he hasn't told Ward that she's working for him. But then Ward wants Phil Coulson dead. But then I don't think these two want him dead. So it's become very, very very confusing in its own way. Like, you don't know what's really going on, what's their intentions. But I guess we're gonna have to watch the show and find out. But it's become very, very, very interesting, and I'm really liking how season 3 so far is panning out. It's very toned down. It's very toned down, very intense, very dark. Has a completely different tone. I guess it's less. I find there's less action. There's more drama intensity that's making the show bigger than the action. The guns, the Hydra, the Inhumans. But it's become a very, very intense show. I tell you this, right? One person I do not trust in that show for some reason is that guy Lincoln. That's one thing, and it's been confirmed from and I guess it's been confirmed for me when Andrew basically was speaking to me. She says, "What about Lincoln?" He goes, "Oh, that guy, he has a dark side." So in a sense, it's been kind of confirmed in a way for me anyway. But we'll see what Lincoln does. But I don't trust that guy. He has a very, very hidden. His agenda is very, very hidden. So we'd like to see what happens next, and obviously, like to see what Phil Coulson stands in what Phil Coulson's going to do, because Rosalind's playing him, but then I know, in a sense, Coulson ain't silly, so he's probably doing the same. He's probably playing her, but we'll see. It's going to be very, very. It's going to be the next episode is going to be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm really looking forward to see what happens. Because there's supposed to be something crazy that happens in the next episode. It's supposed to be a big twist in next week's episode. So we'll see what happens, man. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., really enjoying it. It's gone really, really good compared to how it was before. Right, the next show is that just started up. It's on episode 2 now, so I just started 2 weeks ago. Is very, very a show that I've been looking forward to since I heard it was being announced. It was announced and confirmed and so forth. And that's Ash versus the Evil Dead. And if you've seen the Evil Dead movies, you'll know pretty much what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then please watch the first 2 Evil Dead movies. Evil Dead, and there's Evil Dead Army of Darkness. And watch them too, and you kind of know what the TV show is about. If not, if you haven't seen them, then you kind of get a synopsis of what happens, what the show is about in the first episode. So there's only, I believe, 12 episodes within the season. It's been picked up for season 2, and each episode is 30 minutes long. So it's very, very short, but it's very cool, man. I love the show. It's funny, it's gory, it's intense, it has bad language, it has pretty much everything you can think of. It has blood, so much blood. It's just nuts. But if you've seen the Evil Dead show, then you'll pretty much know what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. But what I like about the show is, you have some very funny bits, and then it goes straight dark, just crazy, gory, intensely dark. So it's good, it's humorous, it's funny. I like how they portray Ash's character 30 years down the line. He's still the same bum. He's funny, he's stupid, he's cocky, he doesn't wait. He's still the same Ash. And he hasn't changed a single bit. He's still got the chainsaw for the arm. He's still got his boomstick. Groovy. He's very, very funny, hilarious. And he's an asshole most of the time, I guess. But it's a very, very good show. If you haven't seen it, it's I do recommend you to watch. If you like stuff like the evil, like for example, The Walking Dead, then you probably like Ash versus the Evil Dead. It has, like I said, a different tone to The Walking Dead. It's raw. It's very raw, because when I was watching the panels for the Evil Dead, they said the channel that it's on, Stars, said you can do anything you want to do, so there is no holds bar. So it's raw, man. It's a very, 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 very raw TV show in comedy. humor, intensity, horror, blood. It's a very, very raw show, but it's I like it. It has a bit of everything. If, like I said, I keep repeating myself, but if you've seen the Evil Dead movies, the Guardian one that came out in cinemas recently, like I'm talking about maybe what was it this year? The middle of this year, I guess. Then you know what I'm talking about. But I do recommend that movie. I do recommend the show for everyone, especially if you're like a horror fan and if you just wanted to sit down and just laugh. It'll be a good show for you to watch. Proper good show. Really, really, really found it. Really found it, and really found it funny. I'm looking forward to watching episode 3 when it comes out. So I believe it airs every Saturdays. So bring it on, guys. Bring on Ash versus the Evil Dead. That's what literally I have left for, I guess, this week's news. Let's go on to basically this week's comic books I picked up. So I'll be reviewing just this week's number ones that I literally got. The first one is boy, this one is very raw. So this is called The Goddamned Before the Flood, issue 1. And it's by the man himself, Jason Aaron, and the artist is R.M. Gouye. Hope I pronounced that right. It's literally, this is literally based about the son of Adam, Cain, and that's what I'm going to tell you guys. It's raw. When I mean this book is raw, guys, it has swearing, it has blood, violence, it has guts, all the pages you flick through are filled with nothing but just gore and blood and violence. It's a very, it starts off very slow, very it starts off, when you start reading, I feel like, okay, it starts off a bit slow, and then it gets it goes straight into the intensity of it all. It goes straight in, guys, like to just pure bloodshed, I guess. It's dark. The whole tone of the book is very dark, very intense, and the artwork goes with it as well. You find a lot of dark colors, dark tones. The energy of the whole book is completely dark and intense. It's a very good book, and I guess it'll be a very controversial book as well. If you're a religious person, please read this book and let me know what you think, because I guess it will cause a lot of controversy for people that are really religious, I guess, but a bit of controversy never hurt anyone. I guess this book will literally make you think in its own way. But with Jason Aaron, he's known to basically write. His style of writing can be dark and can be very intense. You find that from when he wrote Original Sin, which is an amazing, one of my favorite events that Marvel Comics did. Very cool, very intense. So it's not surprising that you find this the kind of the same tone with this book right here. Very cool, very nice. I guess I might be picking up issue 2 to find out what happens. It is a good book. I don't know if I'll be getting issue 2 I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just really not really my thing, but it's a good book. You know, the book is amazing. The first issue, I was like, whoa, like, it's just completely raw. Just want to make you think what happens in the next issue. But you know, if you know Jason Aaron and what he's writing, and how he's writing is, and he's very good. He's very good at his writing. Then you know you'd get this book. I got this book just because it was Jason Aaron. You know, because it's obviously it's under Image Comics, and they tend to issue ones tend to fly out so quick, because with Image Comics you never know what to expect unless you read the comic books. And sometimes, regardless of the writer, sometimes the books are just so amazing. They just sell out, and then they just start going for a lot of money due to the fact that they're just, you know, epic. And this is what I like about Image Comics, because they're self-created. There's no holds bar. They can go for as many issues as long as the writer and the artist want to do the book for. So you can expect you expect the unexpected with Image Comics. No holds bar, guys. But the goddamned is cool, man. You get to see the aspect of God, the aspect of Cade. It's a very, very brutal book. It literally reminds me of for some reason the tone of it reminds me of Mad Max. The colors, the energy, the people. It just reminds me of Mad Max for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. But I do recommend this. I do recommend this to you guys just to read it, man, because I do think it's actually a good book, and you can't go wrong with Jason Aaron. It's just if this book, the only thing you probably would disagree or agree is that the energy or the tone or the storyline is if it's for you, you know, the goddamned man, the son of Cain. Sorry, the son of Adam. It's nice. I like the colors as well. Some of the fight scenes, they're just so brutal, so gory, and just so straight up violent. Which is cool. The writing again is cool. I actually read this book so quickly because you find in this first issue there's actually more. Some of the panels actually have no writing, so you tend to flip through the book very, very quick. And when there is panels, there's actually less. There's not really a lot of commentary, so you kind of tend to skim through the book very, very quickly and read it very quickly. But yeah, man, I might actually have to get issue 2. You know, I'm contemplating that. Should I? I'm so indecisive sometimes. So indecisive. Oh well. Right, the next book is a book that I've been wanting to get, and this is actually all different Avengers issue 1. Damn it. And this is written by Mark Waid, and it's by the artist is Adam Kubert. It's I really liked reading this book, just due to the fact that I was so excited to actually finally get myself an Avengers book, number 1. And I got it because the team is unique, it's different, it's diverse. So in the front cover you basically you get to see Sam Wilson, Captain America, who's the Black Captain America. You have the female Thor. You have the Vision. You have Miss Marvel, who's Camilla. You have the Ultimate Spider-Man again, who's mixed race. You know, that's Miles Morales. You have Nova, and of course you have Iron Man. So what's good about this is, you know, if you guys don't know, with all the new Marvel books now, there's a lot of diversity, a lot of different cultures, a lot of people from different ethnics, religions, and color have actually been put back into the comic scene, which has attracted a lot of people from all around the world, all races, all genders, to the comic scene. So I like this book because, one, you know, it's you have a lot of diversity. You have, for example, the Black Captain America. You have Camilla Khan, who's Muslim. You have the Ultimate Spider-Man, who's Miles Morales, who I believe is half Spanish, half black. I think so. You have Jane, who's basically, Thor. With her, her story. Her story is basically she has cancer. The more she uses, she becomes Thor. The more she gets sicker, I guess, in a way. You have the Vision, who's been totally purged of his emotions. From if you read Avengers, Zero. You have Sam Wilson. So you have Sam Nova. Who's basically a Nova Corp. He's a kid living life, loving the fact that he's basically a Nova Corp and the fact that he's actually, I guess, an Avenger. So, and you have Iron Man as well. Tony Stark. So I'm actually just reading. I'm actually not reading. I'm just watching. I'm just showing you. Look at the front cover of the comic, and it looks amazing. And this comic is actually this cover is actually by Alex Ross. So it was pretty cool cover. Then going into the book, it's very good. It's very humorous. You get to see basically, in a sense, in a way, the kind of you get to see the formation of the Avengers in this book, and the way they come together is funny, is humorous, and you can tell they don't really. You kind of see them trying to get along with each other in a way, and it's humorous, it's funny. The artwork is pretty cool. The way it's written it's nice, it's short. It's very the whole book has a lot of humor to it, which is what I like about the Avengers, because they're different. You have a different team, different culture, different diversity, talking with each other, forming with each other, becoming a team. See, what's funny about this Avengers book is, because this is the main Avengers book, right? But we're moving 8 months later, so in a sense, this is basically the new Avengers from Secret Wars. So we'll see what happens with this team, how they develop. But what I like about this is, like I said, for example, Sam, who's the Nova Corp, who has always wanted to join the Avengers, and I guess Camilla Khan, she's always wanted to I believe in her comic run that's still ongoing. She always wanted, I guess, she's like, oh, what would it be like to join the Avengers? So it's pretty nice to see this team getting put together, scrap, getting put from scrap. I like the interaction between the characters in this as well. It's very nice. The dialogue is pretty cool. Like I said, it's funny, especially with Sam Wilson as well, Captain America, and his dialogue with Tony Stark in the car is pretty cool. Also, you get to see a villain that basically, well, he's not really a villain. Yeah, well, let's just say this. I want to say a villain, and that's made his cameo again into this book, who I will not reveal because I don't want you guys to. I want to spoil the book. But he's there again. He's there. I'll give you a clue, guys. He's there again, and he's very, very powerful. And I don't know what his agenda is, because he was in he's been popping up in a lot of the Marvel books so far. So I don't know what his guy's agenda is, what happened to him, and what he wants to do next. This also with Avengers, as you find it, they come across a certain villain comes back as well, tries to demolish the place, and it kind of goes a bit sideways for himself and for the Avengers, which is pretty unusual in a comic book. But it's I like it. I like the way it goes. I like the dialogue. I just, I really did enjoy reading this book. I really enjoyed the artwork as well. It's very, very colorful. Something I like about Marvel comics. Um, they tend to use, I guess it maybe on the artist, but I find with the Avenger books, you find a lot of color, a lot of tone, a lot of like colorful tones in the book. But the energy of this book is very, very bright, very cool, very very just very nice and happy. Even though there is a bit of in this book there is a little bit of a few scenes which are a bit dark. I guess one of my favorite panels in this book, and this isn't a spoiler for it. This isn't basically a major spoiler or anything. It's just one of my favorite panels. Is when there's a car falling off a bridge, and you have Sam Wilson, Captain America, who sees it, and what he does is because the car. So imagine the car's falling down, and there's people in there. It's like there's a family, mum. No, there's a family there's a family of 1, 2, 3, so 3 people and a dog. And what I like about this scene is the car's coming down. He's basically going towards the car as it's coming down from the sky, and then what he does is he gets the shield. He gets his shield and he throws it, and it smashes literally. It smashes right through the car from the back window to the front window, and he goes through, and he rescues all of them, and then he puts them back onto the bridge. So the way that scene was drawn, it just looked sick. Like, it just looked, the intensity, the color of it all. I was like, yes. So it's pretty cool to literally to see that, and I just love the way it was. I guess it was drawn. What else to say about this book? I mean, overall, it's just you have a new team that haven't still been fully introduced, because I won't spoil it for you guys, but there's a few of the characters that I mentioned in at the beginning of this that have not even made their debut, or their presence felt in the first issue. So the next issue will be interesting, because there's something happens in this. Something happens in the first issue it's not very, very pleasant. So I'd like to see how that plays out in the next issue, and also if these characters actually are going to make their presence felt, or they're going to make their debut in the next issue or not. But overall, trust me, guys, I recommend this book just to the fact that it's a diverse team, and it's a diverse team. So you, like I said, you have a female Thor, you have the Black Captain America, Sam Wilson, you have the Vision, Camilla Khan, who's Muslim, Iron Man, who's Tony Stark, is a nut. Now you have the Nova Corp himself, Sam, and then you have Ultimate Spider-Man, in the Avengers team. So it's pretty cool to actually have these characters actually in one team. And it's nice to have, for example, Ultimate Spider-Man in this team, because before we had the Ultimate Universe and the main 616 Marvel Universe. It was separate and stuff. Now it's completely been destroyed. There's one universe, and you have the Ultimate Spider-Man now in this universe. So it's pretty cool to see now. It's pretty cool just to have this guy as part of the Avengers team. So it's actually nice to have like more diverse. You've got 2 black characters, in the book. So it's nice. You have, like I said, Camilla Khan, who's Muslim. So for me, I got this book because once I was for the team, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting this book because it's a diverse team, and I wanted to actually get into the Avengers again. So it's nice to basically. It's nice that Marvel have actually done this and produced these diverse characters for this book. So that's basically Avengers, all different Avengers, all different Avengers issue 1. Because if you're an Avengers fan, I recommend this book because it's just the Avengers, and you never know who might show up, join the team. Because with Avengers, there's always someone that gets killed off, or retires, or comes back, or someone new takes over and stuff. But the ending of this book was very, very twisted, very, very raw, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This ain't good, man. This is not good. So I'd like to see what happens now in the next. I'd like to see what happens in the next issue of all new, all different Avengers, and like to see what their so-called villain that's made his cameo in the book. What is his goals, man? What's he doing? Seriously, what is he doing? Yeah, man. I just really, like I said, I know I keep repeating myself, but I totally enjoyed like the way Mark Waid obviously writes. He writes very, very. It's just his writing's just on point, man. He knows what he knows. He's very good with just making a story very, very humorous, but very, very subtle in its own way. And I really like that about his writing. So I'd like to see where he takes this new team of Avengers. You know, where's it gonna go? So yes, guys, that's Avengers. Again, all different Avengers issue 1. The next one will be my final. The next one will be the final one that I'll be literally reviewing. And this one is basically. I've lost my page. This ain't good. Yes, it is. Right, so this is a book that I was literally been looking forward to since I found out a few months ago that it was going to be put to place. So it's going to be actually coming out as a book. It's a comic book. And so this is the Ultimates. The Ultimates issue 1. Sorry, guys. Why am I so tired? Seriously, I need to just sleep, I guess. So it's written by Al Ewing, and the artist is Kenneth Rockfort. The cover that I got, the variant cover that I got for this book was by one of my favorite artists, Mike Diato. So as we know, Marvel are doing a lot of hip hop variants. I believe they've done 52 variants altogether. So I actually got myself this one by Mike Diato, and I've been so looking forward to getting this cover, man. Like, you wouldn't understand. Like, when I saw it, I was like, I am getting it. So seriously, I mean, this cover is basically done by it's basically a homage to the Fugees, and it's just so cool, man. I just love it. I just love it. Seriously, just love it. But yeah, so the Ultimates are basically just to go give you a quick origin. So basically, in the Ultimate Universe, when there was an Ultimate Universe, the Ultimate Universe is basically the Avengers are called the Ultimates. So in a sense, these are the Avengers in this new Marvel universe that's been formulated after quote unquote Secret Wars 8 months later. So the team consists of Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Miss America Chavez, Spectrum, Blue Marvel. So in a sense, you have a lot of with the Ultimates, which makes them different, I guess, to what's making them different to the other teams. For example, Avengers, All New Avengers, Uncanny Avengers, I don't know, X-Men, Inhumans, and so forth. Is they deal with cases on the galactic level. They deal with the bigger things, the bigger fish, I guess. But what's interesting about this book is I'm not going to spoil it. I will not spoil it for you, but they deal in this first issue. They're dealing with I'm not gonna say. I will say the character's name, but I won't say anything about what happens. So they're dealing with one of the biggest threats in the entire Marvel universe, bigger than Infinity Gauntlet, bigger than Thanos, bigger than Apocalypse, bigger than all the villains, and that's there in the first issue. They're dealing with the one and only devourer of planets, Galactus, and it's that's what I'm gonna say. Reading as you basically start reading, you start reading the books. You start reading this book. You actually, what's really cool is, you get basically an introduction to basically all the characters that are in this book. It's very easy to start off reading this book. Like I said, you slowly start getting an introduction to all the characters one by one. You kind of get an essence in what's happening in the Marvel universe with life, with essence, with creativity. You kind of get you basically start getting a feel of the building blocks that literally have put the Marvel universe, I guess, together in a way. What's nice is this actually the first 2 pages actually connect in what happened in issue 2 of Captain America, Sam Wilson, written by Nick Spencer. So that connects with it. It kind of gives you more of an in-depth story into literally what happened with Sam Wilson and what happened with S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. It's this book for me. I loved it just in the fact that one, it's one of those books that I was reading. I was like, yeah, I really dig this book. I really like it. The character interaction with this team makes you really kind of suss out these guys. This team isn't just about muscle and superpowers. Their main power, I guess, comes from their brains and their mind, because they're a very, very smart team, and they utilize that throughout the whole book, and they have powers as well, which is pretty cool. It's more mind than anything else. So, it's cool to have like that take on the book, instead of basically using just superpowers and using your powers whenever you want to and stuff. But you have, for example, you have Adam Brayshaw, who's basically Blue Marvel, living animator, reactor, and he's a super genius. So he's amazing. He's super smart, man. And when you actually start reading the book, you find out literally how this guy works, how he thinks, and what his plans are, which is totally amazing. And again, you have Carol Danvers, code name Captain Marvel, super strong energy absorber, Earth's mightiest hero, and you kind of obviously get more of a you kind of get more of, obviously people know what Captain Marvel is, but you get more in-depth tutorial, I guess, and how she works and what she's like. And in the book, you actually get to see the magnitude of her power when she wants to utilize her energy and her power. And then, of course, you come across one of my favorite characters that's been introduced into this, that's actually part of the team, and is getting his own solo comic book next year. And that's King T'Challa of Wakanda. The Black Panther, enhanced strength, senses, and reactions, leader of the most advanced society on the planet. Yeah, totally right. You get to see the Black Panther at work, how smart he is, and what his goals are in this issue. I like it. I just like the fact you have more brains than anything else. Then you have Monica Rambeau, codename Spectrum, living electromagnetic energy, expert strategist, and she's really powerful. When you basically get to see what she's capable of doing, like she is totally nuts. Like as a character, her powers, totally cool. And then you have America Chavez, codename Miss America, multiversal teleporter, flying brick plus, transdimensional troubleshooter. She's she's young, she's anxious, and she's ready to kick some ass, man. She's nice and she's cool, and she's very, very powerful. She can teleport faster than I believe the Nightcrawler can. So the whole team is smart, agile. They're very, very powerful. So in a sense, it kind of makes sense why you would have such a powerful team dealing with such galactical, I guess, problems, which is pretty cool. So with the Ultimates, for them, the main goal of the Ultimates is when you're reading this book, you find that they're not basically out to, I guess, fight evil and stuff. They're actually here for the solutions, and you kind of realize that in the book, which is something that I basically didn't expect. Because I guess when I was reading it, you see that there's a big, powerful team. What are their goals? Are they looking to just fight crime, stop galactic, like aliens or big problems? Like I said, it's one of them being Galactus and so forth. But you actually find that they're better solutions. So it's a very, very in-depth book. I guess I like this book because for me, I like things. I love stuff like science and technology and using the mind over matter. So it's pretty. For me, it's a book that I'll be definitely getting. And what I like about this book is, 3 of the characters are all they're all black, which is amazing. So you have pretty much like the Black Avengers with Captain Marvel. So you have Dr. Adam, you have Blue Marvel, Blue Marvel who's black. You also have the Black Panther who's black. You also literally have Spectrum who's black. And Miss America who's she looks like she's light skinned. She has black in her too. So it's pretty. It was pretty amazing to see like to see a team like this put together. All being black in a sense, having one powerful, another all black except for for Captain Marvel. Literally in one team, a powerhouse, a powerhouse team together, all smart, all using their minds while having their powers too. So I'm really happy with this team. I'm really happy with this first issue, and I'll be definitely getting issue 2 when it drops. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully, I think. Actually, I'm not too sure. It's either going to be every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks. I'm hoping it's going to be every 2 weeks. Because I'm just greedy like that. But yeah, that's basically the reviews for me. That's the new number ones that I got. Before I go, I will talk about a book that I do recommend to everybody out there. And this is from Image Comics, and it literally comes out next week on the 18th, which is again New Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. So this book is called Huck. It's by Mark Miller. So a story by Mark Miller, art by Raphael Albuquerque. So I cannot pronounce that. So here's a quick synopsis on basically what the book is about. So in a quiet seaside town, Huck uses his special gifts to do a good deed each day. His neighbors return return the favors by keeping his abilities a secret. But when a newcomer alerts the media, a firestorm erupts, sending Huck on an adventure that will change everything. The brand new series from writer Mark Miller and artist Raphael Ugo, I'm not going to say it, presents a comic book unlike anything you've read before, featuring a feel-good movie variant covered by Raphael, I can't pronounce his surname, sorry, I'll try again, Albuquerque. He's going to kill me if he ever hears me say that or sees me in person. But yeah, that's something I'm going to get myself, because it feels interesting. That's the thing, and it's Image Comics, so this is what I was saying previously in all the podcasts, that Image Comics are very, very addictive, and this is why, because they give you storylines like this. So again, Huck issue 1 comes out next week. That's pretty much the end for this week's podcast. Again, guys, hit me up on Instagram at 2BRITISHNERDZ with a Z, Twitter at CAVADJ, that's SavaDJ. You can hit us up on the email as well, 2BRITISHNERDZ with a Z at gmail.com. YouTube page as well, 2BRITISHNERDZ with a Z. Also available on your iTunes, so if you have an iDevice, just search 2BRITISHNERDZ, subscribe, and you can listen to me on a weekly basis. So, with that being said, guys, enjoy, peace out, enjoy your weekends, keep it safe, and I'll catch you guys next week, man. Peace.